What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My dog decided to join me, little guy. All right, so it's been a couple months since I last recorded. I last recorded back in like October, November of 2024. It is May of 2025, and some people might be upset, but I kind of got far. I did get her to start. It does not stay on, but we're gonna go into all that and stuff in this video. So yeah, let me at least show y'all what I did and what I got done. Okay, so I have the battery connected now. So look, this button works. Turns on the car. You hear the fuel pump priming. Holly turns on. Got the Terminator X. I gotta figure out why that's blue. I don't know how to explain why this is here. And these are also not plugged in yet. But I was gonna wait till I got the engine running before I try to figure this out. The best I can explain this, right, this situation, I don't know what I did to cause this not to work. So nothing here works anymore. This does, but because this didn't work, I had to have a place for the lights. So I put them here. So this will be like the amber side marker type lights, low beam, high beam, DRLs, and my fog lights. So I put them here. Looks kind of cool. I'm gonna try to buy a 3D printer sometime in the near future and hopefully get this to look a lot better. Everything works except all these wires are removed. All this doesn't work either. I forgot. Yeah, this don't work. Everything here don't work. Nothing here works. This does work. Nothing here works. These are my I put turn signals on in the steering wheel, so we're gonna get to that too. So that's gonna be tough. It was a little thing that I wanted to do because that stopped working. I was like, let me put the turn signals on the steering wheel, and I feel like that'll be tough to go into. These are the horns, but yeah. This I have to redo. I have a welder now, so I'm gonna redo this. My gas pedal. That looks like absolute garbage. But that's what I got to work with, so yeah. But look, these are the turn signals. I don't know if you hear that working. Can I see? Can you guys see that? Yeah. So the turn signals are now on the steering wheel, which I think is fire. I'm gonna figure out a way to incorporate that to a new steering wheel. I'm not keeping this steering wheel. Windows do work though. Windows work. That took a little bit to figure out, but I feel like that's because I made a mistake. So I don't know how to explain this mistake and that mistake. So if you guys need help, if you guys make that mistake, let me know. Leave a comment if you guys are there, because if you're there, I can help you. But if you don't get there, it's because you did not make a mistake, so I'll let you rock. Okay. Locks work. Mirrors work. Everything works. Dome lights work except this. These don't work. I think I explained that already. Yeah, but this is an R spec, so it doesn't really have too many features. So gas cap, trunk. I don't know if you heard that. I think the trunk is open, but yeah, you can hear that. You can hear that, right? Yeah. So that's the interior. Stock interior, except for turn signals on the steering wheel, horn there, and light controls over here. So I'm gonna show you guys the engine bay, because there's a little slight different thing going on over there. And I totally forgot to mention that the starter is here. This does not start the car. This turns on the car, like the electrical system of the car. This controls electrical, this controls the engine. Now we're going to the engine bay. Let me show you. Okay. Keep this part in. Fuck it. So, don't buy metal coolant hose. This was dumb. I'm gonna change that out. Same thing with here. Metal coolant hose. Very, very dumb. Don't do that. Battery gone. I put it in the back. We did a rear mount. I installed these here. That way, you know, I have access to the battery because it's gonna be in the back. So if I want to jump it, I can jump it from here. And yeah, I still have to wire up the fans. I still have to find a mounting point for that. That's pretty much it. I have to mount this as well. The fuel system, the what is that? The fuel pressure regulator. What else? And yeah. So I'm gonna go inside and try to start it just so you guys hear what I'm dealing with. So, and this is ass. I paid, this was cheap. Don't buy cheap stuff. I only bought cheap stuff to see. This wasn't cheap. But don't buy this. So, we're gonna go inside, and somehow this got messed up. I am talking over myself. Alright. I don't know how this got messed up, but I messed it up, so those wires might be backwards. We'll figure that out in a bit. And we're gonna give it a start real quick, just so you guys can see what I'm dealing with and try to figure out how can we go about fixing things. I'm pretty sure it has to do with vacuum lines, but we'll remove spark plugs if we have to. Yeah, we'll run a couple tests. So I was gonna try to start the engine, but let's do the power steering lines, and let's do that instead. Power steering lines. Yeah, and then I'll show you the difference between what I did and what I bought. What's up, guy? You gonna help me? You gotta stay clear when I jack up the car, okay? Alright, so I got my handy dandy wrenches. And now we figure out what size I need, which I think is a 17. Let me see. Is it a 17? It's a 17. You know, over the years, I might not be a mechanic, but I can just look at something and be like, all right, that's the size for that. Okay, there's that. So this comes with this adapter. Let me see if I can get it out. And this kit is from DMZ Rated. If you're on the Facebook group for Swap Genesis, the owner's name of that company is called Jason Riddle. Hit him up. He got a lot of stuff for swaps for this platform. So let me continue this. What was I saying? So this comes with an adapter, and it looks like I bought my own, but I'm gonna use the one that comes supplied with the kit because I'm pretty sure it might be a higher quality. You see, these are things I edit out, but I want to go a little bit longer with my content, so I'm just gonna leave it in. Cause why not? And you know what would be great for this job too? What's it called? A ratcheting wrench. Yeah, man. Next, I think this is a 19. Yeah, I did it again, and it might be memory. It might be my what's it called? My subconscious. So it might be my subconscious. You feel me? But let's get this out there. I hope that mic is in a good spot, and I'm gonna leave this audio in if it's not, because I'm not doing this twice. Oh, you see? Look at that. Look at that. This is where mistakes are made. get with the kit. This is what I bought. Same thing, but obviously I forgot to put a ring in here, an O-ring. So luckily I caught that. There we go. So we're gonna put this one in there. Oh yeah, that's the one. I got clothes though. You feel me? So got something relatively the same. I don't know if that kit. I just bought the kit, so I don't know if it is a specific power steering pump you have to go with. This is a. I think I did everything in the front is LS1 style, or I'll look into it. I'll put it right here once I figure that out. But I got everything in the front. I put from a LS that has skinnier parts, right? So there's nothing that has to do with the truck stuff here, because this is the truck block. This is a LQ9. But I put LS6 heads, and everything else I think is LS1. I'll look into that. But let me finish tightening this up. The dogs are going crazy. They think they're bodyguards. They're not. But it's good to know you're safe, you know? Sorry for all that noise. Okay, I don't know how tight to put this, but that's decently tight. Now I'm gonna jack her up. Jack up the car, jack up the car, jack up the car. Oh, I don't have the brakes on. Oh my God. Not the best safety video to be out there. Before you get underneath the car, always give it up. That's why you want to shake it, okay? All right. I'll show you. So, where I'm working at is right here. Can I show you? It's probably terrible. Oh, actually, this is a good angle. This is a decent angle. We're working right here. The high pressure one, which I'm working on right now, is this front one, and then the return line is the top one. And I will correct myself if I'm wrong. Let me show you this embarrassment. Let me see. Look at this. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to make your own, right? Luckily, I never drove on this, but let me see where I can put this mic. Please forgive me for the rattles you're about to hear. Okay, so look at the difference. Look at this hydraulic pressed, steel braided. You see that? Oh my God! Compared to this atrocity, it's gonna be way cleaner. Look at this, yuck, just yuck. So I'm gonna get this in. This I'm gonna yeet out of here. That's no good. I'm gonna put this in there. Luckily, I did that. I did this before I can turn on the car. I only did that because that I did with the fuel line that I had left over. So, yeah. So, scratch starting the car. I was doing some research. I have the, what's it called? The vacuum, the PCV thing. I don't think I have a PCV. Yeah, forget it. The vacuum is messed up. Because the vacuum is messed up, it's not letting this car crank, right? Or even start, right? It's not letting it start because it cranks. It's not letting it start. So, I did not know. I'm new to this. I did not know behind this, there is a nipple heading that way that I'm pretty sure is a vacuum. Why do I think it's a vacuum? Because that's also where you're supposed to put in the hose to the brake master cylinder, right? So I have it open back there, so that means there's an open vacuum, meaning there is no vacuum. And if there's no vacuum, it upsets the system. I am going to do a little bit more research now that I found that out. Did you guys see? Okay, I think I was in the frame. Hopefully I was in the frame. I'm gonna do a little bit more research, figure out where that vacuum goes, which I'm pretty sure is gonna have to be this, because this goes into the Holly. So I think I put that way too forward. It's supposed to be back there. Because that's for the bar. The bar, I don't know what's it called. It's to measure a bar of something. I'm pretty sure that's vacuum talk, but I'm pretty sure that is tied into the Holly. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to go back there, and then I got to figure out where this side goes, because I know this is correct. I don't know if this one's correct though, the bottom one. So that's what I'm about to check. I'll get back to you guys in a second. But after figuring that out, I think I can start it. I'm gonna try to start it. All right, so let me see if I can show you guys what I did. So the hose, hold on, let me hold this mic better. So the hose that's heading to the Holly, I installed back here with the map sensor, and the brake booster is connected. Brake booster hose is connected. Now I'm gonna do something temporary, but just to see if it works. Where did I put it? I'm gonna put this. Can I show you guys? I topped this off with a nut, and I'm gonna block off this connector right here. This line right here, this hose right here. I'm gonna block that off. Straight as possible. All right. We're gonna use this. We're gonna plug that right here. Oh. Okay. Now I'm gonna go start it. All right, let's try that again. I got a code on the Holly for a crank signal, but it looked like a good connection. Okay, so I'm gonna stop trying with the engine. I'm having issues with the crankshaft sensor, positioning sensor. I'm gonna buy a new one. So till then, we're gonna put a brake on this. I'm gonna show you guys what I did with the wiring and what I took off, and I'm gonna end the video after that. So sadly, I wasn't able to start it. Well, get it to stay on. It did start. I gave it gas and it stood on for a little longer, but it didn't like that. Oh man, yeah, I'm lost from here. I don't know what else to do. I can't even guess what to do next. So let me just brainstorm and see what I can do. But for right now, it's just a break again, another break, which I don't like, but I'll figure that out. Let me show you guys what I did with the wiring, and let's end the video. Okay, so this is what most of the things I removed. I threw out a lot of stuff, but for the most part, this is what I removed. So airbag control. What's this? says TPMS. It might be a TPMS sensor. I'll remove that. I don't know what oh my god, the mic. Sorry for that. I don't know what this is. That's gone. There's a lot of these. I removed a couple of these. I think these, I don't know what this is for. Removed. There's one of these in the back and one in the front of the car. Removed. I don't know what that does. This as well. Removed. I don't know what that does either. So how I went about removing things, I was like, okay, if I didn't think I was gonna use it, I removed it. It might mess me up. This might be too far. All right, let me put this closer. Sorry for this little portion right here. Forget, I'm just gonna hold it. So, for the most part, I just removed it because I didn't know what it did. Right? Let me get into frame. Right? So for the most part, I removed it because I didn't know what it did. So you use these keys. Well, you determine first. Okay, I don't want this. You remove the harness like this. Ooh, this is not for this, but you remove the harness. You take the harness. You get a set of these keys. You use these keys. Figure out how and which one of these keys work best. And then you remove it cleanly like this. Remove the whole thing. And it'll leave you with a cleaner setup or a cleaner looking harness. And then you wrap up whenever you're done. That is the gist of it. Honestly, I don't recommend doing it. It's not that big of an issue. If you want to, if you're having wiring issues, go ahead, remove everything that you don't think you need, which is what I did. I did mess up with the windows, and I messed up the what's it called? The turn signal stock. That whole entire thing does not work at all. So proceed with caution. I don't recommend this. I only did that because I kept blowing a fuse, and that fuse kept burning ECUs. I've been through 2 ECUs. I'm on my 3rd one. Oh yeah, that's pretty. It's not in depth. I'm sorry, that is not in depth, but yeah, remove what you don't want. Use this if you want to clean it up. That's pretty much it for wiring. Okay, so let me film this outro real quick. The mic keeps giving me problems, so I'm gonna try to be quick. We didn't get to start the car, but we did the power steering, right? Yeah, and also want to apologize for not filming all of the wiring. I hope what I explained helps out. And if it doesn't, whenever you guys get snagged in a little area, comment, let me know. I'll try my best to walk you through it. I'm not the best at explaining, but I know what I did, so I can help you. So if you guys need help, let me know. I will help if you guys have any questions. Although I didn't make the best video explaining the wiring, I can help you out with the wiring. It's not that crazy. Now I'm gonna order a new crank sensor. Hopefully that's it. And if it's not, I'm gonna do a little bit more research. But let's end the video there. Try to be a little bit more consistent with the videos, and I'll see you guys soon. Like, comment, and subscribe.